Fans, welcome back. We're just about ready to get game number 2 underway here on the doubleheader, as our Lady Devils actually will be the visiting team here on the second game of this doubleheader, as, again, the schedule was adjusted so our Lady Devils and Lady Yellow Jackets of Hayesville could play 2 today. Hayesville had some students and players who could not play on Friday due to a trip, and that's why we're playing 2 today. And leading off here for the Lady Devils going to be Molly Woodard, who led off in game number 1. We'll try to keep you posted here. And again, it's going to be, I think a better game here in game 2. There's a pop-up right to the pitcher. And by the way, pitching here in game number 2 for Hayesville is the relief pitcher who came on in game 1. We're talking about Mallory Peck, who came in relief of Michaela McClure. And Peck really, I think, pitched a pretty good game. We didn't get too many runs off Peck, and we'll see how that plays out here in game number 2. 1 out. Again, our Lady Devils batting here, and it's going to be Hadley Schuler, number 2 batter, with a strike 1. Over in baseball, they are in right now. Looks like the top of the 4th inning. Hayesville up 9-2 with 2 out and a runner on second in the baseball game. So Hayesville really hitting the ball today in that varsity contest that if Hayesville hangs on to win, they'll be a game ahead of our Devils in first place in the baseball standings. Right now, they're both tied at 4-0 in conference play. Here's the off-speed wind up, and it's going to be ripped down the left field line. Gets by the left fielder. Rounding first, heading for second, going all the way to third, and getting in safely. Good job by Hadley Schuler. Good job by Hadley Schuler. Big triple here to lead off with 1 down. So already the Lady Devils trying to get some runs on the board. Riley Rawls, and again, that's a tough bunch of hitters. This, I think the top of our lineup all the way down through the middle of the lineup and even the bottom is a tough bunch of hitters for any pitcher to face. Off speed again, this one missing. As Riley watches that one. Riley had a big game there in the first contest for the Lady Devils. She hit the ball well, got on 3 times. A double, 2 singles, 2 RBIs. Here's another shot down third base. That's going to be going all the way to the fence again. On the ground, Rawls is going to round second and will, could be a close play at third. Throw coming in, and she's going to be out. Yep, Riley Rawls went from second to third, but they got the ball in pretty quick. And that big double got her going into third base. Even though she slid, the Lady Devils have a 1-0 lead now in the top of the first inning. Again, we're the visiting team, even though we are playing at home in this doubleheader. So now 2 out. And at the plate looks like it's going to be Kennedy Anthony. Again, big bat. And we have, I know I say that a lot, but we have some really strong bats in this lineup. Kennedy batting now, and Faith Woodard after that. So here's a ground ball back to the pitcher. Pitcher can't handle it, gets it back, and it's going to be dropped at first base. So Kennedy is going to be on with a Yellow Jacket error. But I tell you, if you talk to a lot of players, they'll tell you, hey, we just want to get on base. Now, of course, you know, they all like to hit home runs and doubles and triples, but I think the number one goal of any batter is Kennedy now heads on down to second base in safely. There's a throw. It's going to be into center field, but she wisely holds up as the center fielder comes on to grab it in a hurry for Hayesville. And that's Lily Chastain out there. So now Lady Devils up 1-0. Runner at second with 2 out. Faith Woodard at the plate. Faith just killed the ball in game 1. 5 RBIs on 2 doubles. And here's another ball. That one might be out of here, and it is gone. 2-run homer for Faith Woodard as she trots around the bases. That one cleared the left field fence. You could tell when it was hit, it had a chance to get out of here, and it did. 2-run home run for Faith Woodard. That's the way to hit the ball, and she is that is 7 RBIs now in 2 games for Faith Woodard. She has just hammered the ball. 5 RBIs and a couple of doubles in game one. Now a home run literally over the left field fence. 2 RBI homer. 2-run homer, if you will, for Faith Woodard. Wow, that is just cool to see. Faith, one of only 2 seniors on this team, along with Ava Hoke. This is a junior-dominated team with 8 juniors, 2 seniors, 5 sophomores, 3 freshmen. And it looks like Carly Tisateski at the plate. Carly, very capable of doing just what Faith did. And there's a rope hit between left and center field. 2 hops into the fence. Carly rounding second. Will she hold? Wisely. Throw gets back in quickly from left field. So on at second base with a stand-up double is going to be Carly Tisateski. Nobody on base. She didn't get any credit for an RBI, but our Lady Devils hitting the ball well again. 3-0 now in the top of the first inning. 2 down. And a runner at second. Ground ball, foul down the third base side. And that is off the bat now of Bella Green. Bella's had a good day today as well. I tell you, our Lady Devils have just had a good day. Bella had a single and an RBI in game one, as we're on the second game of the doubleheader in conference play with Hayesville. Bella, another one of these underclassmen, a sophomore. Pitch high for a ball. Carly down at second base. But a good bunch of underclassmen coming up. Seniors are great too, talking about Faith and Ava. There's a foul ball, going to be no play. Over in baseball, tough day for the Maroon Devils right now, as Murphy is batting in the top of the fourth inning with a 10-2 lead with 2 out and a runner at second base. Off-speed pitch going to be hit down the left field line, just foul, just barely foul off the bat of Bella. I tell you, the left fielder, third baseman over there on that side have been extremely busy for Hayesville. There have been some hard shots go through the infield, some hard line drives into the outfield, into the fence. And just a moment ago, one over the left field fence off the bat of Faith for a 2-run homer. There's a swing and a miss for strike 3. And the Lady Devils jump out quickly over Hayesville, 3-0, with Hayesville coming to bat in the bottom of the first inning. Stay with us. Fans, welcome back. We go to there's a ground ball up the middle, going to be a base hit, and that is the leadoff batter for Hayesville. McClure, who had a big hit in the first game. Talking about Michaela McClure, she had the best hit of the day for Hayesville in game one with a big double. And now Hayesville batting in the, as I mentioned, the bottom of the first inning. It's kind of strange as we're playing at home, but we are the visiting team here in the second game. McClure taken off. She's quick, but not quick enough. She is thrown out at second base. Great play from Carly Tisateski down to second baseman Hadley Schuler down there for the tag, and McClure's quick too. I mean, we saw her run earlier when she got that big hit, but Carly Tisateski is not a catcher you want to gamble with. She, I really think, is the best catcher on the Smoky Mountain Conference. Nothing against any of the other catchers. That is a very tough position, and our hats off to all these girls who play behind the plate. But Carly is, I think, just a notch above. She's tall. She has a big arm. She's athletic. Watched her play basketball this year, and she just, she'll throw you out, as we just saw right there, one down. Here on the bottom of the first inning, our Lady Devils up 3-0. But again, Hayesville just getting started here with their bats. And there's a pitch in for a ball. Riley Rawls, I believe, unofficially had 7 strikeouts in game 1. If she gets 7 here in game 2, that'll be her 400th strikeout. And that is quite an accomplishment. She's already in third place. There's a shot into center field. Well played by the Lady Devils out there on one hop. Molly Woodard gets it and fires back into first base. And again, that's a base hit from Mallory Peck. Mallory coming in, hitting .286 for Hayesville. So now runner on, one down. Batting now is going to be for Hayesville at the plate, as we're looking directly into the sun here. As the sun is out, even though the wind is really howling. Lily McClure batting now. Swing and a miss. As there's a pickoff throw to first, not far off for being an out. So Peck has got to be aware of Carly Tisateski and her arm. She's a hard catcher to steal on. Again, McClure at the plate. Don't forget, Lady Devils are going to be hosting Tuscola this Thursday and playing a doubleheader today. No game on Friday for softball. Now the boys will be playing at Hayesville Friday. There's a foul ball out of play up on the third base bank as it rolls all the way back down to the fence. Andrew Pickle coming in with the extra softballs. Andrew doing a good job helping out the Lady Devil softball team, and he fed Joe Holt and I a Subway sandwich. So we got to brag on Andrew for sure. Off speed, missing for a ball. Now it's going to be Peck taken off down to second, and she gets in safely this time. So Hayesville with a runner at second base with 2 down. So this game already starting off much differently than we saw in the first game, when the Lady Devils, I think, batted around almost twice in the first inning of that contest, and the game was over pretty early. There's a ground ball. Anthony has it over to first in time. Throw is going to be wide, though. So now Hayesville with a runner at second and third. Hustling on down to second is going to be Lily McClure. So with 2 out, Hayesville with the tying run actually at the plate. Batting now is going to be Dalen Murray. Murray in the first game struck out twice against Rawls. Rawls 7 strikeouts in game 1. But again, a home run here, and we've got a tie game with 2 out. Lady Devil infield sneaking in a little bit. Here's an attempted bunt going foul as Faith Woodard and again our third baseman over there, Allie Stevenson, anticipating that potential bunt. with a possible play at the plate along with it. With 2 out now. Here's another attempted bunt, got to be missed. And now there's a question, was it a foul tip or maybe not? So again, runners at second and third, 2 out. Taylor Murray hanging in there, trying to make something happen offensively. And she swings on a foul, going to be out of play. So a big at bat here, if you will, for Hayesville with runners on second and third in a 3-0 ball game. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be another strikeout for Riley Rawls on this afternoon doubleheader. Fans, stay tuned. We've played one. Top of the inning coming up with Swain up 3-0. Fans, welcome back. Here we go in the second inning as Hayesville will be back. Kara Bauer going to be leading off for the Yellow Jackets here. Lady Devils with a 3-0 lead. Riley Rawls having a big day. There's a foul ball out of play. Over in the baseball game, not a fun game for the Maroon Devil baseball team right now. It's a 10-2 Hayesville lead. They're in the fourth inning. Bottom of the fourth inning, our Maroon Devil boys are batting in the bottom half of the inning. And pitch high from Rawls going to be in for a ball to Bauer. Nobody on, nobody out, just getting underway here in inning number 2. And everything blowing away. Oh, now, I'm sorry, got a runner at second. So now swing and a miss for a strike. And now they're going to say the inning is over. So it looks like another strikeout, I believe, for Rawls. So 3-0 and more softball coming up. Stay with us here on the Maroon Devils Network. I saw those. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. If we can hang on to everything we have here, notes and all, with the wind blowing like crazy here on this afternoon contest. At the plate for the Lady Devils is going to be Allie Stevenson. Hey, big shout out to our Maroon Devils Network cohort, Coach Rod White, listening in on this Tuesday afternoon. And hey, we love Rod and Linda and all the gang. And man, I tell you what, so much fun to work with. And we just enjoy it. And I tell you what, we're enjoying this lead right now, 3-0. Top of the second inning, there was kind of a hitch. I'll tell you more in just a minute. There's an off-speed pitch grounded between shortstop and third. Shortstop actually got a glove on it, but that's going to be a base hit for our Lady Devils, Allie Stevenson. There was no way she was making a play on that, even though it was a good play over there to get her glove on the ball. But in that last inning, what kind of threw us off, the Lady Devils left the field, and here's the windup and the throw. There's another well-hit ball, left field foul. But what happened there in the first inning, our Lady Devils were on defense. They left the field. Then the officials made them come back out because there were only 2 outs instead of 3. And I was kind of like, it just blew my mind. Doesn't take much to do that. There's a swing and a miss throw down to second base, and it's going to be not in time. Allie slides in just under the tag of Michaela McClure, who's now over at shortstop for Hayesville. So again, kind of a weird thing there in the first inning when everybody left the field, and they called them back out at the same spot because there were only 2 outs instead of what everybody thought was 3.
But it ended up being
3. But apparently they went back in just soon thereafter with the 3rd out. Here's a high foul ball. It's going to be no play. We think that Riley Rawls now has 8 strikeouts unofficially. If she can get 6 more, we think she'll have 400. And again, as we mentioned, she's already 3rd place on the all-time strikeout list here as a junior, with a lot of softball even left this year. And just in case you're curious, Sarah Davis is in 2nd place, 668 strikeouts. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be in for a ball high. But Shelby Parker, 820 career strikeouts. That is just a phenomenal number. A phenomenal number. There's a ground ball. Fouled on the third base side as our Lady Devils keep getting the bat on the ball. Batting now for the Devils is going to be Reese Ammons, our right fielder. Talking about most wins in a career, Riley Rawls is moving up that ladder. Shelby Parker, 61-16. Another foul ball out of play. So Shelby had 16 wins. Sarah Davis with 57. Kristen Cook had 29. Stacy Griggs had 27. Riley Rawls now with 28 with that first win today, and potentially would give her 29 and would move her into a third place tie with Kristen Cook with 29 wins, with a whole lot of softball left this year. And again, she's got a lot of games left this year and the entire senior year coming up. Last year, Rawls was the Smoky Mountain Conference Pitcher of the Year. We were talking about the Southeastern Conference Pitcher of the Year, Carlin Pickens of North Buncombe, a minute ago, who set that record yesterday with a college softball pitch that was 78.2 miles an hour, fastest ever thrown in a women's college softball game. Now the Lady Devils runners at first and second. And coming up is going to be leadoff batter Molly Woodard. Molly, another one of these juniors. There's a foul ball. Everybody holds up. And we talked about Tennessee's outstanding tradition with Carlin Pickens, but Ben Joyce, also a Tennessee baseball player, had the fastest college baseball pitch at 105.5 miles an hour, and that's only 0.3 of a mile an hour slower than the fastest ever Major League Baseball. There's a bunt right in front of the plate. They're going to say it's another foul ball, but the fastest ever Major League Baseball pitch was 105.8. Joyce of UT had one 105.5. And yesterday, Pickens and North Buncombe stand out 6-1 threw one 78.2 miles an hour. That's a blazing fastball for softball. Oh, ball gets by the Yellow Jacket pitcher. Our runners move up to second and third now. Looks like Allie Stevens over at third. Got Reese Ammons over at second. And it's going to be, as we mentioned, Molly at the plate. She's hitting from the left side. She likes to slap hit sometimes when she is on that left side of the plate. On deck is going to be Hadley Schuler, who already has a big triple on the day. There's a well-hit ball. It's going to be over the center fielder's head. It's going to roll all the way back to the fence, rounding second, rolling into third base with a stand-up triple and 2 RBIs is going to be Lady Devil Molly Woodard. Big day at the plate today. 2 RBIs on this game as Molly had a good game in the first game, but she just ripped a big triple. Center fielder playing kind of shallow, and that ball got over her head and all the way to the fence, and that's about 193 feet away. I want to say yards, but it's not quite 2 football fields. So 193 feet. They measure it in feet in baseball and softball, unlike yards in football. There's a shot up the middle, going to be in for a base hit and another RBI. This one's off the fence as well. It rolled all the way to center field and rolling all the way into second base with a stand-up double and a big RBI. The Lady Devils just keep hitting the ball well. And behind the pitching of Riley Rawls, when you can hit the ball, good things are going to happen. And that is Hadley Schuler. Hadley, again, had a big first game, and she's rocking and rolling here in game 2. That is her second big hit. There's a high pop-up in the infield. They're going to be looking up into the sun. Second baseman dropped it. Second baseman got a glove on it, but it popped out of her glove, and so the Lady Devils dodge a bullet with that E4. And that's Rawls down at first. And now coming on is going to be, of course, her favorite courtesy runner, Jaden Smiley. Lady Devils up now 6-0. And again, we're in the top of the second, and you're thinking, wait a minute, why are we batting in the top of the inning? And that's because we're the visiting team here in the second game of this doubleheader. That's why it's a little odd, even though we are playing at Swain. We were the home team in game 1, and to be fair, we're the visiting team in game 2. And we don't have to go to Hayesville Friday. Pitch outside for a ball. Not a bad game today for Mallory Peck, who came on in relief in game 1 after the Lady Devils jumped all over the starting pitcher, batting around twice, I believe, in the first inning. Off-speed pitch, going to be foul, third base, no play. Off the bat of Kennedy Anthony. Kennedy got on last time with an error at first base. Kennedy, a good bat. And strong arm, too. There's a foul ball out of play. I was giving her a hard time and complimenting her at the same time the other day after the win over Murphy about her strong arm. And, man, I tell you what, I think she could pitch baseball over on the baseball side of things as she can bring it. Kennedy digs back in, runners in scoring position. There's a shot. Shortstop can't handle it. Too hot. 2 runs are in. Ball gets back into second base, and Kennedy Anthony with 2 RBIs there. As again, that's a one hopper just off the glove of the shortstop over there, Michaelin McClure. And I'm not sure how that works officially when on a scoring thing. If you hit a shot like that and 2 runs score, we're going to say it's 2 runs for Kennedy. I'm not sure if that's the official scoring method, but and it looks like they're going to put Faith Woodard on. I think they only threw 1 pitch. I don't think she was hit. I think they're going to put Faith Woodard on, and, I don't blame them. Faith hit one over the fence a minute ago for a 2-run homer. She had 5 RBIs in the first game. I'd put her on 2. Here's another trouble ball, but it's going to be caught this time by McClure at shortstop for the out off the bat of Carly Tisateski, who had a big double last time. So, believe it or not, that's I think that's our first out here in the top of the second inning. Lady Devils up 8-0, though. There's a foul ball out of play. Bella Green at the plate. Bella struck out first time against Mallory Peck, a senior, tall young lady, 6-footer, pitching in the circle today. Hayesville, like Swain, only 2 seniors. Kind of interesting. They only have 10 players total. Only one player in the dugout for Hayesville. Peck with a windup, big right-hander, swing and a miss. Again, still runners at first and second. And over in baseball, just not going our way today in the top of the 5th inning. Hayesville leading 11-2. And now it looks like the base runner is moving up. Hayesville potentially with a 5-inning baseball win. Pitch gets by the catcher in the dirt. Runners move up to second and third for the Lady Devils. Over there is Kennedy Anthony at third and Faith over at second. So again, 2 runners in scoring position here for Bella. Ground ball fouled on the third base side. You can hear that wind over the microphone. And Joe Holt found us a mic screen, and that tells you how much the wind is blowing, even with a mic screen. It's fierce. We're looking at the American flag right behind us, and it's straight out. The whole flagpole is wobbling. There's a shot, catcher just caught it for out number 2. Everybody has to stay put. A pop-up. It looked like for a moment it was going to be over the pitcher's head, but she backs up just enough to catch the ball for out 2. 8-0 Lady Devils batting here. Again, top of the second, we're the visiting team here in game 2 of this doubleheader. But again, runners at second and third. Here's a shot foul down the right field line. Well hit ball over there, too, off the bat of Allie Stevenson. Allie, another one of these great sophomores on this team. Got a base hit last time. Thank goodness it's not 35 degrees out here. It would be freezing. Wind chill would be about 10. Oh, there's a ball that's going to be foul over on the bank on the left field side. A lot of fans over there sitting on that. We have fans all over the place around here at Swain High watching softball and baseball. We got them over on the left field roadway up on the bank. We got them out here in center field. We got them sitting up behind the high school. And here is a play that is not in time. Beating out the ground ball to first base is going to be Allie Stevenson. Beating it out for an infield single and an RBI for Allie. Now runners on the corners. Allie beat that ground ball on the left side of the infield to first base. Another run is in, and Allie takes off. No throw to second, of course, with Faith down at third base. Batting now for the Lady Devils again. Reese Ammons getting some plate time. Normally our, just about every game, our starting right fielder. But she's going to get some swings in today. Over in the baseball game. Again, not a pretty sight. Hayesville batting with 2 out and now a 10-run lead at 12-2. So our Maroon Devils will come to bat on the bottom of that 5th inning, trying to avoid a 5-inning game. There's a shot into left field. It's going to be fair for a base hit and an RBI. So big hit for Reese, getting it done. A big base hit and an RBI to go with it. And the Lady Devils here putting the finishing touches on what looks like to be another win with a 10-0 lead here in the second inning. Heading on down to second base now. Easily is going to be Reese, of course. No throw with Lady Devil base runner over at third base. And that is Allie Stevenson. Faith scored just a minute ago. Here's a ground ball at first base. They get a play on it and step on the bag at first. We leave one on, but we go to the bottom of the second with a commanding 10-0 lead over Hayesville. We'll be right back.
Join today. By becoming a member of MDN Live, you will have access to all live broadcasts of Maroon Devils athletics for the low price of $5.99 per month. That means you will be able to watch varsity volleyball, men's soccer, and varsity football for an entire month. If you allow your subscription to continue throughout the year, you will be able to watch varsity men's and women's basketball, wrestling, women's soccer, softball, and baseball. All proceeds from this subscription service go directly to Swain Athletics to help offset the growing costs of providing multiple sporting opportunities for our student athletes. So for less than the cost of a kid's meal at your favorite fast food joint, you'll be providing critical support to our student athletes each month while enjoying countless hours of Swain County athletics live. It's truly a win-win situation. Become a member today and do your part to help keep Swain County athletics the best it can be.
Fans, welcome back. Now we're looking into the sun with the wind blowing, and Hayesville is going to be batting here as the Lady Devils in control thanks to some really good defense and some outstanding pitching again from Riley Rawls. Check swing is going to be in for a strike. Talking about baseball and softball, I just got news that former Cullowhee native, we're talking about Cal Raleigh, who played at Smoky Mountain High School. Cal Raleigh just signed a 6-year, $105 million contract extension with the Seattle Mariners. There's a foul ball off the bat. The Hayesville batter hitting here in this inning, and batting now for Hayesville is going to be Daniel Anderson. But again, congratulations to Cal Raleigh. His dad, Todd, of course, played at Western, coached at Tennessee. Cal played at Smoky Mountain, then moved on down to Florida State. And is such a fine young man and obviously a dynamite baseball player. Catcher for the Mariners and one of the best catchers he has developed into Major League Baseball. One of the best in Major League Baseball, totally. But he's getting paid now. 6 years, $105 million contract extension. That is outstanding. So congratulations to Cal Raleigh, and good for him. He's been playing great. Hits the ball well, handles the pitchers well. Outstanding catcher behind the plate, good arm. The whole package. Pitch in, just missing. Rawls missing inside. 2 strikes now on Anderson. Nobody on, nobody out. Pitch just missing outside for a ball. Daniel Anderson batting now, followed by Lily Chastain and Brianna Patterson for Hayesville. Coached by Marissa Peck, head coach, and Jessica McClure, assistant coach. There's a punch out, there's a strike. And I believe that's unofficially about 9 for Rawls on the day.
5 to go.
So I believe if she gets 5 more, she'll have that 400th strikeout. She's had 3 in this game. getting it done in the pitching circle. The defending Smoky Mountain Conference Pitcher of the Year. Pitch high for a ball as Carly Tisateski pulls it back in. That's when it's good to have a tall catcher like Carly. When that rising fastball rises a little too tall. Swing and a miss as she gets Lily Chastain swinging, the junior. Maroon Devils got a base runner on. They're down 12-2 with 2 out. But if they can get this run in, they'll stretch this game into at least 6 innings against Hayesville. And again, a big baseball game. These two teams are tied for first place. Swain and Hayesville both 4-0. So if Hayesville hangs on to win, they'll be in sole possession of first place. But hey, they play again on Friday at Hayesville. There's a well-hit ball. Second baseman has it. Great play by Hadley Schuler. She went far to her left, got a good jump on the ball, and flips it on over to Faith Woodard for the out. Now 2 down. And man, this wind is blowing the dust around. Ooh, there's some dust swirls down on the infield. Man, oh man. So now 2 out. You know, the scoreboard says third, but I'm thinking it may just be the bottom of the second. Because Lady Devils up with a 10-0 lead. Nobody on. 2 down now for Hayesville. Off-speed pitch, Rawls. I tell you, that's a wicked off-speed pitch. When you're looking at the fastball and then the rising fastball from Rawls, and you're just chomping at the bit to jump on that fastball, and then she floats that off speed in there. It just handcuffs batters. Here's a high pop up. It's going to be caught by Faith over her head, over the shoulder for out number 3. And she was turned all the way around, but catches it down there at first base. So Lady Devils up 10-0. More softball coming up. Fans, here we go. And we are in the top of the 3rd inning. As again, our Lady Devils are the visiting team here in the second game of this doubleheader. Hadley Schuler leading off. And she's had a big day today. Already had a big triple with a double and an RBI. So she, again, a freshman playing outstanding softball for this Lady Devil softball team. Reese Salmons, another freshman on this team that we saw just a moment ago. Off-speed pitch going to be high for a ball. Preslyn Loftus, another freshman. We have 3 freshmen, 5 sophomores, 8 juniors. Man, it's going to be a big senior class next year. I'm not sure we've had that many on senior day. Ground ball to the shortstop. McClure has it, fires on to first. This is going to be in time for out 1. And It looks like the last out has been made over in the varsity baseball game, and it looks like Hayesville is going to win it in 5 innings with a 12-2 mercy rule here in the first game of this 2-game series between the top 2 teams in the Smoky Mountain Conference. So Hayesville will improve to 5-0 in conference play. Our Maroon Devil boys will drop to 4-1. Here's another well-hit ball at the plate again for the Lady Devils. Riley Rawls rips it into left center, and she's in at first base with a single. Riley has been on every time in the second game, and she had a huge game in the first game, and she's hitting up around 500. Don't have that number right in front of me, but she's hitting the ball outstanding this year. Coming in, of course, is going to be her courtesy runner, Jaden Smiley. But again, our boys baseball team will be at Hayesville Friday. Hey, there's a ball getting through as Jaden easily rolls into second. She's going around second, trying for 3, and is going to be safe. She slides in safely at third base. I'm not sure Hayesville agrees with that. That was a close play at third. Very close play. But the umpire was right there on the call. He was lined up over there between second and short, or second and third, right behind the shortstop, and calls it safe. Okay, runner on third. Pitch high for a ball. Lady Devils on the way to a potential mercy rule win here in game 2 of this doubleheader after winning in the first game. Ground ball to third, on over to first base in time, got the batter. So at the plate, Kennedy Anthony grounds out as we hold at third base. But 13-1 the final in that first game. And unfortunately for the baseball game, Hayesville wins in 5, 12-2. But again, they'll meet up again on Friday. Off-speed pitch gets by, but Smiley holds down at third wisely as the pitcher came in quickly to cover home plate. 2 out now. And a dangerous bat at the plate for the Lady Devils in Faith Woodard. She's already hit one over the fence today. That off speed going to be going high as all the baseball fans are filing out of the stadium here. I guess you can call this a kind of a stadium. There's another well-hit ball. High, deep, left field, and it's going to be, is it foul or fair? They're going to say foul. Wow, that was close. That was just inside the left field line, 196 feet away, and that ball was just a few feet away from being Faith's second 2-run homer of the day. She had a 2-run home run in the first game.
No, it was in this game.
Oh, that's right. That was in this game, as Joe corrected me. That was in this game. There's a shot down the left field line. That's a screaming line drive. Gets by the left fielder. Faith is going around first. Come into second with a stand-up double and another RBI on the day. Man, Faith is having a big day. She had that 2-run homer earlier. Now gets a stand-up double with an RBI. Let me see if I can count these up, as Faith has had a huge, huge game today. Faith had 5 RBIs in the first game on 2 doubles. Now she has 3 RBIs in the second game. Man, talk about helping your stats. Coming on to run now is going to be Ava Hoke. 8 RBIs in 2 games. And we're still playing here in the top of the third. Foul ball off the bat. At the plate for the Lady Devils this time, following up behind Faith, is going to be Carly Tisateski, who is, again, another dangerous bat at the plate. Lady Devils up 11-0, top 3. Ava Hoke at second base with 2 out. Carly capable of hitting it over the fence as well. Ground ball between, third baseman makes the play, gets it out over to first, and it's a good play. So that's out number 3. We leave 1 on base as we go to the bottom of the third. It's Lady Devils up 11-0. We'll be right back. Fans, here we go. We move to the bottom of the third. Lady Devils on top 11-0. As we mentioned just a moment ago in the baseball contest nearby, Hayesville winning 12-2 in 5 innings in the big showdown between the top 2 teams in the conference standings right now. Of course, a lot of baseball games left to play as well. And our baseball boys are going to be over at Hayesville on Friday. Now, our Lady Devils softball girls will be hosting Tuscola here Thursday. Because we're playing 2 games today, Hayesville girls had some girls who couldn't play Friday with a trip. That's why we're playing 2 today. So no game Friday for the girls. Pitch in for a strike. Riley Rawls still just fanning these batters out here. First pitch ball, actually 1-0 the count. But again, Riley Rawls just having a great year. No question. Swing and a miss for a strike. Riley Rawls is just having a fantastic season. As we mentioned, Smoky Mountain Conference Pitcher of the Year last year. Finished up 10-7 with a 1.91 ERA and 170 strikeouts and 110 innings pitched last year. And when you have more strikeouts than innings pitched, you're doing something right. That pitch going inside for a ball. Talking about softball here Thursday. Then Monday, our girls are also back home here Monday with Mountain Heritage. Then on Tuesday, April 1st, over at Andrews. Baseball at Hayesville Friday, at Andrews next Tuesday, along with softball. Got track, I believe, coming up tomorrow at Cherokee. And then track going to be at Murphy on next Wednesday, April 2nd. Just some other games of interest down the line. Swing and a miss. And that's going to be another strikeout for Rawls as she strikes out Kyla Bauer. And talking about some really good teams, our Lady Devils soccer team is really playing well, winning at Murphy yesterday on the road. I think that game went to overtime. And this Thursday, our Swain girls soccer team is going to be hosting Hayesville, 6 o'clock. And I believe that may be on the Maroon Devils Network in some fashion on Thursday. Joe says yes. As I think our Lady Devils soccer team right now, I think is the best team in the conference. And our record shows that. So they're having a good year. Check swing going to be in for a strike. As Michaelin McClure is at the plate for Hayesville. She's their top player, hitting .533. Had a rough start today, though, as she got beat up on in the first inning of that first game as our Lady Devils batted around twice in the first inning. There's a swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Rawls. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this game. And unofficially, let me check, I think 7 in the first game. I believe unofficially that's 12. She needed 14 to hit the 400 strikeout mark. And that's, I think, very likely here this afternoon. Now batting Mallory Peck, another solid Hayesville player. First pitch in, strike. Mallory got on with a single last time. The senior pitcher who is pitching a decent game here in Game 2 and pitched most of Game 1. Peck hitting .286 on the year. Batting now with 2 out, nobody on. Off speed, just missing. Hope your March Madness brackets are not like everybody else in the country. Not in very good shape. We've seen a lot of good basketball. There's a swing and a miss for a strike. But now the Sweet 16, as you look down the list and on the men's side of the bracket, not one Cinderella. And that's kind of sad that it is moving toward the power teams. Here's a foul ball out of play. Some folks over there got to be heads up. Matter of fact, they're saying the Cinderella team is now Arkansas, number 10 seed. Arkansas did have a rough start, but hey, if you're playing in Southeastern Conference basketball, You got to be pretty good. Shot up the middle, and it's going to be Kennedy Anthony coming on. Scoops, fires. Got her over at first base. Great play from Anthony going to her left. And with that arm, guns her out at first base as we go to the top of the fourth inning. It's Lady Devils 11, Hayesville 0. We'll be back. Fans, welcome back. We're on the top of the fourth inning. Our Lady Devils batting here. As we explained, we are the visiting team here in the second game of this softball doubleheader with Hayesville. And batting now for the first time today is going to be the other Tisa Teskey sister. We talked about the three sets of sisters. This is junior Haley Tisa Teskey. And again, of course, she's the sister of Carly, our outstanding Lady Devils catcher. We got a couple of other sister twins, or not twins, but Maddie Bird and Mackenzie Bird. Maddie a junior, Mackenzie a sophomore, and again, it's just interesting to have these sisters. Hadley Schuler, a freshman, the sister of sophomore Addison Schuler. Three sister sets, if you will. Here's the windup and the throw from the Hayesville catcher in the circle here in game two, Mallory Peck. Again, a big 6-foot senior. Haley batting, and on deck is going to be Addison Schuler. So, again, some of the sisters get in on the fun, and that's going to be, looks like, ball four. So Haley is on with a walk with nobody out and an 11-0 lead, and now coming on is going to be Addison Schuler. And that's Hadley's big sister, if you will. Tell you, Hadley's playing some great softball, especially as a freshman. Pitch high for a ball. As we mentioned, going to see some new bats at the plate here. And that wind just keeps on blowing. It just kind of comes and goes, but man, when it's blowing, it's cold and it's fierce. Reese Ammons is going to be on deck, by the way. Pitch in, it's going to be fouled away. So jumping back, Haley Tisa Teskey down at first base. So now the Yellow Jacket boys baseball team going to have to hold on for the finish of the girls game. They all, boys and girls, all rode the same bus over from Hayesville and Clay County. And that's looks like a foul ball again. So 2 strikes now on Reese Salmons. Tisa Teske, Haley down at first base. Nobody out. Off speed and just barely missing for a ball. You hear cranking up in the background now. The baseball guys got to go out there and work on the field after the game. I tell you, coaches are, there's a ball 4. So the second walk now in this inning. As Reese and, no, check that, my bad. Addison Schuler on batting here in the 4th inning. So now Haley at second, Addison at first. And at the plate, taking the ball is going to be Reese Salmons. Reese got on with a single on an RBI her first trip, so she has already been to the plate today for the Lady Devils with this 11-0 lead that we probably will see a Mercy win. And again, so many games coming up. I mean, we got the whole month of April. Here's a ground ball foul down the third base side to give you an example of so many games left. For example, in baseball and softball after today, 2 games with Andrews, 2 games with Robbinsville, 2 games with Cherokee. And that's for baseball and softball. And there are a couple of non-conference games for baseball and softball worked in among all those 6 conference games still left to play. Actually, baseball has 7 conference games left to play with being on the road Friday at Hayesville. Ball is going to be out of play behind the plate, foul ball. So a lot going on. But talking about coaches, hey, their work is never done, and they wear a lot of hats. Another foul ball out of play. Talking about foul balls, I'll never forget the other day when Hiwassee Dam was here. I went back and watched the film on the Maroon Devils Network of that game, watched the replay. Hiwassee Dam had a batter who hit 9 foul balls. I kid you not, I counted them. Here's a ground ball to the shortstop. McClure on to third, gets the lead runner. As McClure makes a good scoop at shortstop for the Yellow Jackets. So a force play at third base. As Reese hits into a fielder's choice there. Again, get the lead runner at third. Still, runners on first and second, 1 down. Coach Toby Burrell in his 24th season as head coach. Just a word for this batter, and that's going to be Emma Maney, sophomore. Pitch high for a ball. Runners at first and second. But I tell you, with this wind dragging the field, the dust just it's got Joe all choked up over here. But it does get the dust cranked up with this wind blowing. Seriously, I was talking to the coaches before the game here. I was doing a couple of PA games Saturday at Western Carolina. First time I've ever seen this. The wind blew so hard. Here's the pitch in. Going to be well hit into left field, and it's going to be scooped up, and everybody holds as Hayesville gets the ball in quickly, but a good base hit. Good base hit there by the Lady Devils to load the bases with 1 out. But to finish that thought, during the PA game at Western, the wind blew so hard from first to third base across the infield that the umpire jumped out and stopped the game. It blew the dust up so much, and it's kind of doing that here. Here's a ball that gets through. Everybody's going to move up. Here's a play at the plate. And scoring from third, good job, is Addison Schuler. So Addison scoring from third. Everybody else moves up. First base open. But when the wind blows that hard that the umpire stops the game because the dust is so bad, and it was, I mean, the game was held up probably, 2 minutes at least while the dust settled down. I'm sure the players appreciated it, because who wants to try to field a ground ball or a fly ball with that dust just swirling? The wind was just crazy. And it's doing the same thing here at Swain High today. It's pretty tough. There's a pop up, and it's going to be caught at third base. So all the Lady Devil runners will hold. And that's going to be off the bat, I believe. Let's see. I believe that was, well, I'm not sure. That might have been, was that Hadley? I believe it was Hadley Schuler. So a pop up down to third base. Batting now for the Lady Devils, looks like it's going to be Ariel Dehart. Her first time at the plate today. Ariel, a junior. Here comes that dust again. You might be able to see it on the on the camera. Swing and a miss for a strike. Here come. Oh, the runner started to go, and now they hold up and get back to base quickly as the catcher for Hayesville digs it up as Peck was coming in to cover from the pitcher circle. But the wind is really blowing. You can hear it again. And as we mentioned, thank goodness the temperature got pretty warm today, or would really be would really be cold up here. Of course, I can still remember some of the football games we've covered. One of those up Mount Airy up on that scissor lift with the wind blowing, and I think it was about 30 degrees that night. The only joy we got out of going up there freezing to death in that playoff game, we beat Mount Airy that night. That made it all worthwhile. Another foul ball. And again, Ariel Dehart, your batter. 2 out now. We're in the top of the fourth inning as the Lady Devils are up with a commanding 12-0 lead here. Heading for, I would think, a mercy rule shortened game. We won't be playing the entire 7 unless Hayesville really gets the bats going. Pitch high for a ball. So Ariel now runs the count full at 3-2 with 2 out. Lady Devils will try to get some revenge on Tuscola Thursday. Tuscola, we were leading Tuscola. Here's a high pop up. Oh, just almost caught by the catcher. We were leading Tuscola in the 7th inning over in Waynesville, and Tuscola came back and won that game in the bottom of the 7th inning, coming from behind to win that game. And I know, talking to Coach Toby Burrell, our girls want another shot at Tuscola. They're going to get one this Thursday right here. Here's the ball getting through. Another run is going to be scoring now. Hustling on in from third base is Reese Ammons.
And that was a walk.
And that's going to be ball 4 as an Ariel Dehart is on with a walk. Runners at first and third now for the Lady Devils. Over at third base, I believe over there is, let's see now. Let me check. That looks like that's going to be Emma Maney over at third base. And now Jaden Smiley is coming on to run again. And, you know, she's going to take off here on the first pitch. But now she holds up a little bit. She's going to stay at first. Oh, my bad. That's not Aiden. That's number 9. That's Ariel, who just got the walk, not number 8. Sometimes 8 and 9. When you're blind like me, I'll look the same. Swing and a miss at the plate for the Lady Devils. Getting a big bat in her hand is going to be Preslyn Loftus, our other freshman on this very good softball team. Swing and a miss for a strike 2.
No, that was all of them.
And it looks like, no, that's going to be strike 3, the official says. So that's going to be out number 3 as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Our Lady Devils up 13-0. Stay with us. Fans, here we go. Bottom of the fourth inning. Hayesville at bat here, but they're down 13-0 to our Lady Devils. As now Hayesville will have at the plate. That's going to be Lily McClure, their sophomore outfielder. She's going to be leading off here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Again, Hayesville batting. If you're wondering, well, why is Hayesville hitting in the bottom of the inning? This is a doubleheader, and in the first game, our Lady Devils were the home team, batting in the bottom. In the second game, our Lady Devils are the visiting team, batting in the top half of the inning. So you know, we're not totally losing our mind. Wow, there's a well-hit ball. That's going to be off the fence in the air, rolling into second base with a stand-up double. That is one of their best hits of the day. That is going to be Lily McClure. Their other big hit on the day came from Michaelin McClure, had a big triple on the day. So the McClure girls have had a couple of really big hits on the day. And it's kind of sad because they have no runs at all to show for it now. And talking about McClure's, here's an attempted bunt's going to be going foul. No, check that. That is not Michael and McClure like I thought. That's Dalen Murray. They very similar in size. Murray a junior, Michael and McClure a freshman actually, but she is the leading player for Hayesville, hitting .533 on the year. Started pitching in the first game, but just got rocked as our Lady Devils just hit the ball. I'm not sure I've ever seen us bat around twice in one inning, but that happened in game one. All right, Hayesville, runner on second. And nobody out. Riley Rawls bearing down. Another big day today. I believe unofficially she has 12 strikeouts on the two games. 1 or 2 strikeouts away from her 400th. Pitch in is going to be in for a ball. And we've been told by Coach Burrell that if she hits that 400 mark today, they're going to stop the game and recognize her, as they should. I mean, we've only had 2 other pitchers in fast pitch history reach that mark. Shelby Parker with 820, Sarah Davis with 668. Foul ball out of play off the bat there of Dayla Murray. But wow, I tell you, Shelby and Sarah, outstanding pitchers in their own right, as is Riley. Right behind her, talking about Stacy Griggs, who had a great career with 350 strikeouts. And there's another strikeout, as that is Murray going down with her second strikeout here in this game. So I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I believe that is 13 on the day. Rawls only needed 14 for 400, so I think she needs one more to hit that magic mark. And I think she's going to be well over 500, maybe 600 before her career is over, because she's got a lot of games left this year and then her entire senior year. So her strikeouts could really just keep rolling up, as again there's a ball in low, but she's having a great run. But again, she's up there with those outstanding pitchers: Parker, Davis, Griggs, Kristen Cook. We've talked about all these pitchers have really had great careers here at Swain High, and Riley right there with them. Pitch in, just missing low for a ball. Runner at second, 1 down. And again, we're in the bottom of the fourth inning. This likely could be a 5-run mercy game. We'll see. The windup and the throw from Rawls. Pitch in for a strike that's going to be ball 4. I'm sorry. Ball 4. First walk in actually 3 games now for Riley Rawls. She pitched 2 complete games last week against Murphy, 1 complete game earlier today, a shortened game against Hayesville. Not a single walk in 3 games. That's the first walk now in 4 games. That's pretty impressive. Swing and a miss, as Hayesville trying to drive this run in. At the plate now for the Yellow Jackets is going to be Danielle Anderson, another sophomore, as both teams only have 2 seniors. So now runners at first and second, foul ball, and it's going to be caught by Carly. So there's an out behind the plate. Carly Tisateski jerked that mask off and comes out there quickly. She's an athlete. So now 2 out, 2 on. Now at the plate for the Yellow Jackets is going to be Lily Chastain. Again, with 2 out and 2 on. Hayesville's one of their better chances on getting a run across today. There's a well-hit ball into right field, and it's going to be caught. Good play out there by the Lady Devils. Reese Ammons made it look easy as she comes on for the big out. And we go now. Looks like that's going to be bottom 4. Should be top of the 5th coming up. And looks like they're going to call the game. That's going to be the game. A 13-0 win for our Lady Devils here on this Tuesday. So a 13-1 win in Game 1, a 13-0 win in Game 2. Not a bad day for Lady Devils softball here on the Maroon Devils Network, and we'll see if Coach Toby Burrell wants a word in the post-game show. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Here we got 2 veterans coming out.
That's first last time.
Is she making you go first again?
No, I'm not.
What are we even talking about? This is awkward, Gary.
I know it kind of is after we just killed it. Hi, everybody. Welcome back on the postgame show as we hear the Gator crank up in the background. But with us, two girls who had a big impact on today's game. Of course, our pitcher, Riley Rawls. Rawls, we were pulling for you the whole day. I got to ask you, when is the last time, or have you ever pitched back-to-back games in a doubleheader? You pitched both games today.
I've never pitched a doubleheader like this, but I think I did pretty good. My team held them to 5 innings, so I really didn't have to pitch that much. So, yeah.
Well, is it kind of a different mindset because you're pitching game one, then, I guess in the back of your mind you're thinking, hey, I've got another game coming up, or do you just focus on every pitch kind of as it comes?
You focus on every pitch, well, at least I do, and then the second game you just remember, I guess, sort of remember what they did the last game and try to work around that. Yeah.
Well, you pitched a great game, keeping Hayesville at bay the whole game long, so congrats on 2 wins on one day.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now over here at first base, Faith Woodard always doing a good job. Faith, when you hit that ball over the left field fence, we knew coming off the bat it was gone. Could you tell it was gone?
Yeah, that's why I jogged down first baseline.
That was you had a huge day today. If I'm correct, I think in the first game, I think you had 5 RBIs in one game, then the 2-run homer. That's got to be the most RBIs you've ever had in one day.
Oh, it definitely is. It felt good to come back and actually hit because the past few games I have not got hit, so today felt good.
Great game at the plate. I got to ask you, ladies, we got Tuscola coming in Thursday. I know it's a non-conference game, but wow, I know we'd like to even things up with Tuscola Thursday, wouldn't we?
Yeah, we would. We owe them one.
Yeah. What do you remember about last game, Faith? I know that was a tough one over in Waynesville.
They're a good team. So we're a good team. They're a good team. So it's a good matchup. We just got to come out here and play great defense, hit the ball, and then we'll get the job done.
Hey, no doubt about it. Fans, they are exactly right. We're going to get Coach Burrell over here in just a minute. Thank you, ladies. Congrats on 2 wins today, and get another one on Thursday. All right. Thanks to Riley and Faith joining us here on the postgame show. And coming on over is head coach Toby Burrell. And Coach, kind of a unique situation with these girls winning 2 on the same day.
Yeah, it's just, we're trying to help Hayesville out. They needed Friday, and so glad to help them out. And they exchanged letting us play here, so we were all about that. But, yeah, it's a unique thing, and we tried to not put a whole lot of thought into 2 games. I told them yesterday, so we don't have to win 2. We just got to win 1 and then win the next one. That's the way we got to look at it. So I liked the way we focused today. I thought we were very focused that first inning in the first game. I think was their response to the way we played against Murphy, which they weren't happy with. We didn't have to do a whole lot with that. We talked a little bit about a few things yesterday, but they took it upon themselves to make sure that they took care of business there in that first inning, and really proud of that because that's a lot of growth for them as a team. And I thought we played well both games. It seemed like we let our foot off the gas, but I don't think that was the case as much as Hayesville just adjusting and doing some things a little better than what they were doing. I felt like we still hit the ball hard and a lot of line drives today. Real pleased with that. Defensively, it was pretty solid. I think one throw got away from Kennedy. There was a pretty heavy breeze blowing in.
Oh, boy.
And she had a hard time. She said, I got to start throwing it to face other side because it's drifting too far forward. And I think that's the only mistake we really had all day. Everything else was pretty clean and defensively, and Riley pitched 2 fantastic games again, of course. I think she ended up 2 short of 400.
Yeah, 1 or 2.
So we got a few more games to go. I think we'll get that. Been nice to got it here, but that's okay. We'll get it when we get it, and she's very deserving. I think the wins put her tied with Stacy, maybe somebody. I don't remember who. I said 27 wins for a career.
You're right.
Picking up those 2, so that was big for Riley. She continues to climb up the charts because she's a fantastic pitcher, and we're real fortunate to have her, and some college will be fortunate if they'll come out and watch her play because she'll make a heck of a pitcher for them. Not to mention she's a great kid, and she hits the ball real well too. So great softball player, but we got a bunch of those. That's how we're fortunate.
Oh, no doubt. Looking up and down the lineup, when you have a chance to bat around twice in 1 inning, that says a lot about how you're hitting the ball, and they really hit the ball.
Yeah, and I think that was with no outs.
Yeah.
That we did that. I think we made our first out about the second time through the order there, and it wasn't anything but line shots. And I think we talked about that last time. The Chase game kind kind of being a high water mark there where we were hitting line drives everywhere. And it was a lot like that today. After the game with Murphy on Friday, I feel real good about our efforts here today. It would have been easy for them to come out. Hayesville won one in conference. It would have been easy to come out and said, well, we're going to win these, no big deal. But they played the game, which is what we asked them to do, to play it out and focus on what was going on. So I'm real proud of them for that. And I think it was a good win, good couple of wins for us. And we'll try Tuscola on Thursday and see if we can get a little revenge factor against them and keep going.
Hey. We were talking to Riley and Faith there, and I think they're pretty determined to have a good game Thursday against Tuscola.
Well, we're rounding out. I think everybody on our team's finding their role and believing in what we're doing, and I think that makes us stronger as a team than we were the first time we played them. I told them at that point, that we have to learn from that. Yeah. That's the best thing we can do is to learn from it, and so we'll get to find out what we learned.
Oh, no doubt. Fans, should be a good one on Thursday. It's been two good ones today for Lady Devils softball. Thanks for joining us right here on the Maroon Devils Network.
Join today. By becoming a member of MDN Live, you will have access to all live broadcasts of Maroon Devils athletics for the low price of $5.99 per month. That means you will be able to watch varsity volleyball, men's soccer, and varsity football for an entire month. If you allow your subscription to continue throughout the year, you will be able to watch varsity men's and women's basketball, wrestling, women's soccer, softball, and baseball. All proceeds from this subscription service go directly to Swain Athletics to help offset the growing costs of providing multiple sporting opportunities for our student athletes. So for less than the cost of a kid's meal at your favorite fast food joint, you'll be providing critical support to our student athletes each month while enjoying countless hours of Swain County athletics live. It's truly a win-win situation. Become a member today and do your part to help keep Swain County athletics the best it can be.